Hi, I'm Liz.
I'm Chris.
And we are
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
So today, we're going to talk about our views on the Carnival Sunrise.
Just got off her probably about 6-8 weeks ago, give or take. And there's some good stuff and there's some stuff that's it's okay. So a little bit about the Sunrise. It was originally built in 1999 as the Carnival Triumph, and then fully transformed in 2019 to the Sunrise as part of the Sunshine class. They had a bit of an issue, so they changed the name. It does have a gross tonnage of over 100,000 tons, so it's not a small ship. It can hold, I believe, over 2,900 people at double occupancy.
A max capacity of 3,873.
Yeah, so at double occupancy, it can hold a lot of people.
Plus 1,100 crew members.
Bam.
And it has 1,492 staterooms and 13 decks.
12. You can't use 13. They don't like that.
It's 13.
Did you ever notice on a boat that's bigger, it goes from 12 to 14? It's 13.
Anyway, so the Carnival Sunrise has all the traditional dining venues that we've come to know and love, including Guy's Burger Joint, Blue Iguana, Pizzeria del Capitano,
Steakhouse! Actually, a Fahrenheit 555 steakhouse.
Cucina del Capitano, Java Blue, Bonsai Sushi, and all the other venues. Yep. It also has Red Frog Pub, Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, Alchemy,
Piano Bar,
the Limelight Lounge,
and Heroes Bar, as well as other places that we're not mentioning.
And it has Sports Square, Waterworks, the Seaside Theater, Serenity Deck, Cloud9 Spawn, just to name a few. So please feel free to check out our full ship tour if you're interested.
Out there.
Yeah, it's out there, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to see the full ship of the Carnival Sunrise.
Yep. So we're going to start with the things we really liked about the ship. So for us, as you know, it's normally the crew. And on this boat, it was the crew, honestly. They were spectacular, friendly, always smiling, and just super enjoyable to be around.
Our cabin attendant, Sunny, she was amazing. She made us a huge towel person.
It scared the crap out of her. I mean, we came in and we were not expecting it. Came back from port and opened the door, and I saw, and I initially went, ooh, you know, and then I kind of not only closed the door, but stood in front of Liz, and she opened the door and, ha!
Yeah, so they did a great job. Our CD was great. At the time, we had Gabe.
Yep.
We had an amazing 80s deck party. That was a lot of fun. So the crew is definitely our number one.
Yep.
The second is the size of the ship, the layout, and the new decor that they've done since they've refurbished it. It's been a while, but it is a really nice ship.
I agree. I like the size. I don't like it too big because it takes 6 hours to get from one end to the other. But this layout was great and mid-size, I think.
I would say mid-size ship. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a great layout, easy to get around, easy to navigate.
One of the things I saw in this one that I really liked, which was really cool, is they had like this little rolling mini bar. With no mixed drinks, anything like that, but on Lido Deck, they had a little setup where they put a whole bunch of different types of beers and stuff like that, and you can get them right on Lido instead of waiting for a server or going down to Red Frog or Blue Iguana to get a drink. So that was pretty cool.
That was really cool, and it helped speed up service, for sure. The Wi-Fi on this ship was phenomenal.
Yeah.
We've been on some other ships where I know they all have Starlink, but sometimes, you know, the older ships, it doesn't work as well.
Magic.
It was fantastic.
We did go to the Cucina del Capitano, and it was one of the original type setup ones where it's on its own floor. It's not in a large area.
And it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. It's one of our favorites because they just have phenomenal service, great Italian food, and it was a really good experience.
Yep. Another cool thing was the Java Blue. I'm guessing they're testing this, and I hope they kind of continue on with it. But they had these new reusable cups. They're plastic. And so you just drop it off at pretty much any bar, any station. They wash them, they bring them back to Java Blue. One thing I will warn you on, the lids are a pain in the butt to get on there. Let the people that know how to do it, you know, the crew, do it, because I spilled it everywhere.
I mean, it's great for sustainability. There's no more waste, and it really was a heavy-duty cup, and it was really awesome.
Kept it warmer longer, too.
Yeah. They also had a lot of omelet stations on the ship. A lot of times there's a huge line for omelets. They had a ton throughout Lido Deck, and it was really, really helpful to speed along service.
Yeah, because sometimes they can get really, really, really long. And this is the only ship in the fleet, the Sunrise is, that has Guy's Burgers for breakfast. Which on day one, nobody knew about. Liz, of course, does. She does her research. And so we went there, and the poor young lady was sitting there just kind of
Twiddling her thumbs.
Yeah, looking around. And we're here for breakfast. She's like, oh, good, you know. And I'm like, and we asked her, we're like, hey, this is actually kind of slow. Is it normal? She's like, no. By the end of the cruise, the line is around Lido Deck, and it was. But the breakfast was really good, I will say.
Yeah. The ship was also very clean.
Yeah.
They had crew at all hours of the night, up cleaning, picking up stuff, picking up after us. That's not always the case, but on the Sunrise, we found it to be super clean.
Yep. So one of the other things I really like about the ship is it has the old style photo gallery. So it is the ones where you have to sort through all the pictures, which seems like a pain in the butt. But I honestly, with the newer ships where you have all the digital stuff, I like sorting through the old ones myself. It doesn't have the watermark in front of there. And I just kind of think it makes it more of a destination and a challenge to find your photos.
Oh, we always make a game out of it, like who can find the pictures first.
You gotta remember what shirt we were wearing on what day, was I was wearing sunglasses, were I wearing a hat.
Yeah.
I like it personally.
The last thing that we really liked, not to say there aren't more, but that we're going to share today, is that at breakfast, they actually had express hot stations throughout the Lido Deck.
Yep.
So if you didn't want to wait in the longer buffet line, they had express stations where you had eggs or potatoes, maybe some sausage, so you could get some quick things without waiting in a big line, and it really did make it like easier to get your food quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I wish they had those on every boat, you know, just something separately where you can just, if you just want a quick egg and a little bit of breakfast meat and a potato, you're done. You don't have to wait for the syrup and all the other people cutting lines. They were great.
So now we're going to talk about the things we didn't like about the Carnival Sunrise, which really wasn't a lot.
Many. You'll notice this list is way shorter than the we like it list.
Yeah, so for the first one, this might have just been this particular cruise, but the debarkation on this one was a cluster.
Yeah.
Like, we had difficulty figuring out where to go. Our bags weren't ready when we got down, even though we were let off the ship.
And people were jumping in front of line where they were not supposed to be whatsoever. And then when we got down to the luggage area, we were zone 1. And they still weren't ready, but there's people sitting next to us, I mean cursing at the people in the terminal, cursing them out. I'm zone 19. And the guy looked there and went, you're not supposed to be here for probably another hour and a half. You know, so it was a little bit of a cluster, but there was nobody there controlling people or saying, hey, what zone are you in or when are you supposed to get off? They definitely could have done a way better job of controlling the people getting off the ship when they were supposed to.
Yeah, agree, 100%.
Yep.
So this is one of my biggest irks about the Sunrise, and it's just really something you should know. The walls in the stateroom are not magnetic. Yep. So a lot of cruisers, ourselves included, bring the magnetic hooks that you can hang throughout the stateroom to hang your hats, hang your lanyards, whatever you want.
A bunch of stuff.
In the Sunrise, only the cabin door, kind of.
Kind of.
If you had the really heavy earth, what are they, rare earth
magnets, yeah.
And the frame around the bathroom and the ceiling was magnetic. Other than that, nothing else was magnetic.
No, so it was kind of annoying because we do hang a whole bunch of stuff because there's not much counter space and stuff like that. So if you can hang stuff, you can't hear it just on the frame of the door. Like I hung my hat and I kept closing it in the bathroom door, ripping it off. I'm like, hell with it. So yeah, the other thing, because you know, we do like the casino. The casino is very small. On this particular boat, I will say it was not busy at all, but the casino itself is very small. So if you like a variety of games, this, that, and the other, it's a little bit on
it's small. It did the job, but it's on the smaller side.
It took our money. It did its job.
We felt that the room would get warm at times, so we always say bring a fan. We always bring a fan from home because it did get a little warm at times, like throughout the cruise.
Totally agree. I mean, normally you're in port, stuff like that, you know, the doors and all the things are open to everybody getting off, but it was most of the time, it was quite warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Another thing that we found They've added all these like super bright night lamps near the bathroom so you can see where you're going, which is great. This one was particularly bright, and when you walked in there, you were blinded. What did you stuff, like a towel or shoes in front of it?
Yeah, I put a couple pair of shoes and a towel over the shoes, I believe, just to dim the light, because it was super, super bright. And you walk in front of it, and it will hurt you. So I think I'd rather walk into a wall in the dark instead of waking up in the dark, getting blinded by a light, and going, oh my God, I can't see, and then walking into a wall anyway. So we honestly, like I said, put all the stuff in front of it. We left the bathroom light on, closed the door, and there's always that little bit of a gap on the bathroom door, and it's showing just enough light out so I didn't fall down or walk into a wall again.
So the last thing, and we'll just say, like, this is hit or miss depending on the ship. The food quality was just okay. The eggs at breakfast were actually better than some other eggs that we've had. I'm very picky about that.
I was gonna say that's.
But the food didn't like wow us. In general, it was edible and it was good. It just was just okay.
Yep. I mean, we've been on many of other ships where you're eating something and you're like, ooh, this is delicious. Everything else was it was okay.
It was okay. Now, what I will say is all these things we're saying that we don't like are nitpicky.
Yeah, these are our personal things.
Yeah, we really had a great time. Yeah. It's a great ship. I would definitely sail again.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And it's fun. You're on vacation, so we just want to let you know some of the things we liked, some of the things we didn't like. That's all.
Cruising's what you make of it. That's what we always say.
Ignore the grumpy people. Ignore the grumpy people.
And ignore the glitter knickers.
Yes, the glitter.
You know what that means. Anyway, we appreciate you watching. Hope this was helpful.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.